we've made a controversy. Mm-hmm. And the controversy is that we're heavily considering moving to New York City.
Emphasis on the heavily considering.
Yes.
Can we put emphasis on that, Caleb?
More emphasis on the word heavily.
Yes.
And this has been incredibly controversial. Chat isn't the biggest fan of this. See, I'm getting so many whys. People hate the idea.
Why do they hate? What do they have against New York?
I'm getting so many ews. Well, some for some it's the politics in New York.
Okay.
You
I
know.
mean, politics aside, though.
Yeah,
it is one of the funnest cities that you can actually live in as a young person. I don't see the downside. I do not see the downside of it.
Yeah. Well, it's also, I mean, a lot of people don't like the lifestyle of it. A lot of people like the suburban commute to Target in the strip mall life, you know? A lot of people like that. People don't like the lifestyle of New York. And
I was confused. I thought people were like really like tied to us being in Austin, and they were like, no, you can't leave Austin. But okay, so this is like purely New York?
I think so.
Okay.
Chat, can we give some reasons why we just hate us moving? Manhattan, Kansas? I don't think so. High crime, trash, costs. Okay, trash is like per neighborhood 1 day a week though. At least what I'm looking at, my neighborhood.
That's fine.
Crime per capita is pretty decent, especially where I'm looking.
Yeah, this is where Caleb's looking.
Compared to the crime per capita where I'm looking is better than Austin.
I'm just trying to figure out where the downside is. We get to walk everywhere. We get arguably some of the best restaurants ever.
Yeah.
Way more different guests for financial audit.
Better flights in.
Yes.
They're saying NYC smells bad. Well, fair enough. Again, I'm going to the least smelly neighborhood.
I wear deodorant.
And we will be at the Dollar Pizza place, which will smell amazing.
There is a good point. 9/11.
Yeah. Listen.
Never forget.
They can't hit both towers again.
So here's the thing. New York City, 580 assaults per 100,000 people. Austin, 820 assaults per 100,000 people. So Austin has a higher assault rate. On homicides, Austin has a double the homicide rate to New York. Overall property violent crimes, New York City is higher there by about 12%. But anything violent, bad, that's all New York. Now there is the winter argument.
Oh no, we have to wear 2 layers.
I've never experienced a true winter. I will say that.
Will this be considered a true winter? Because from me in West Michigan, it's like not considered a true winter. You know,
they get 4 true seasons in New York. They do get 4 true seasons. Maybe a chance of snow.
Right.
But
more chances of snow.
Yes.
I'm from California. I'm from Southern California originally. So I mean, in Texas, I've gotten to experience some winter elements, I would say. So this will be different if you make this jump. So
yeah.
You said
do you
if.
think
I
I'm
think
a
it's
snow
when
bunny?
we do.
Am I a snow bunny?
Lindsay.
Maybe.
Do you know what a snow bunny is?
Bunny?
Snow bunny?
Like a little, like somebody likes the snow.
Oh, Lindsay. Lindsay just asked if she's a snow bunny, and that it's someone that likes the snow. Oh, you're so...
Sorry.
I'm getting a couple positive New Yorks there.
wholesome.
Now, the tax situation is a valid flaw and concern. That is right. However, in the business world, you know, I am going to pay more taxes. It's not going to be the exact percentage increase that is seen there because there's a lot of things in the tax law as being someone who employs people and has a business, that there's a lot of flexibility. I'd say my taxes are going to go up 10 to 15%, which is a lot. My effective tax rate, probably about 10%.
But I think one of the things about that, Caleb, though, that you've pointed out is
Paying
that,
for the lifestyle.
yes, you will be paying more taxes, but that is the lifestyle that you want to live.
Yeah.
Ever since I've met you a year ago, which is crazy to think, we've been here for a year now.
Yeah.
Almost.
Caleb's wanted a walkable city.
Yeah, it's all I've wanted.
Austin
That's
is
just the
not a
lifestyle
walkable
I
city.
need.
Austin isn't that. New York is strictly a walkable city.
Yeah.
Everything that we could ever want is there too.
Yeah, better pizza in New York City. Chicago. People are saying Chicago. Now that doesn't really make sense to me because you get the high taxes. Yes, it's lower cost of living, but it's a declining population city. New York is still a thriving city on a global standard. But I understand not liking the politics of it. You know, there's lots that I disagree with. You know, there's lots that I disagree with about Texas as well. I mean, that happens with everywhere. It's not all one size fits all.
There's no utopia.
No
right?
utopia. But if you think about the lifestyle you want to live in, the lifestyle I like living is walking outside and getting my coffee, walking to go get, you know, my couple day groceries for the meal I want to prep a block away, walking to the store, more boutique things, more interesting small businesses. You don't get that in suburbia. You get strip malls in AMC. Wait for Mandami as mayor. I know that is kind of the one concern because it's not left or right. I don't want a far right extremist. I also don't want a far left extremist, and he is self-confessed communist. So not the biggest fan of that. But we'll see if they're willing to be sane. Boston, maybe. Okay, so we should give the reasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because first of all, all I've talked about so far is lifestyle, right? So lifestyle, exactly what I just said. Now let's talk about the business, the things that impact you guys, since you guys have an opinion on this, which is fair. Well, I think maybe I don't know. Is it?
No.
It's interesting to be so impacted by it. I'll be honest, but social democrat. Okay, no. You're right. He's a self-confessed socialist. That is true. I don't think he said the word communist, but he is a part of the Democratic Socialist. He goes to those conventions, right? Casting. Let's talk about that, Lindsay, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So from a casting perspective, we really don't get a lot of folks from the East Coast in general because flights to Austin, number one, there are not many routes that are direct flights here. And believe it or not, that is a big sticking point for a lot of people when they are considering coming on the show. Like, oh, I may have to have a layover or 2 layovers to just get to Austin. So that's number one. Number two, flying in and out of Austin is so much more expensive. Mm-hmm. I can say this as a person that used to live in Dallas. Flying in and out of Dallas, so affordable. Why? Because it's a major hub city for several airlines. And with New York, it's the same, obviously. I mean, it's probably, I know Atlanta's the busiest airport in the country, but by far, I mean, it's a hub for many airlines. Getting guests in and out of New York will be very easy. On top of that, I think everybody is excited by New York, right?
Yeah.
And wanting to come and hang out with us at the studio, but then also have some time in the city, I think would be really great for the overall guest experience, which I don't know if you talk about much on your stream, but guest experience is very important to us.
Oh, yeah.
And Austin has been great to us. And I think, I can't say that any of our guests have had a terrible, actually, no, there was one guest that had a terrible experience when they were out on a Lime scooter.
Oh, no.
and hit the curb in a wrong way. They were overserved. Well, they self-overserved. And then there was a finger that was broken. That was not our fault. That was not the city of Austin's fault.
Well, see, actually, someone brings up what people are trying to say, but I think what they're misunderstanding, they're like, Minneapolis is the number one airport. Okay. But think about where you can get direct flights to, because that's our big issue. Is a lot of people have to have layovers where they're coming from to come to Austin. Makes it harder. New York everywhere has direct flights to the top populous city in the country.
Right.
So that makes it easier to get guests in and out.
Right.
When we schedule layovers, has to be a big part of the conversation, right?
Well, and I should also clarify, a lot of folks that come on this show, when they are taking time off of work, right?
Yeah.
We are reimbursing them, but a lot of the folks that come on the show have children.
They're asking.
Really, we want people to be able to get here and get back home in the quickest, easiest way possible. And there have been several times where we have had guests that really want to, come, but they can't. And it's because of travel, and it's because of just kind of, it's just not great getting in and out of Austin for the majority of people in the country. Yes, there are certain direct flights that Austin has every day that is great, but otherwise, again, we're always thinking about the guest experience and how we can enhance it and really open up financial audit to the most amount of people possible that want to be here and make it as easy for them as possible.
Yeah, and people, sure, some people want to visit Austin, sure. But New York is an exciting place to visit. It's a much more appealing, I get to go do the show, but also have a little bit of a trip, right?
Yes. Once you do the show, you're in the city. You can walk around and do whatever you want. You can make New York as expensive or as inexpensive as you want to. You really can. And I think that's a good selling point also because Austin's a little more spread out. And like I said, you can go see anything in New York when you're there.
Now, I have lots of people saying, I hate New York. That's fair. There's a lot of people that is not the lifestyle. People don't want the busy, the hustle, the grind, the Four Seasons, not even some people like. And people don't like the, more urban core that it is in the walkability. Some people prefer the suburban drive to the strip mall for your local chain. That's fine. This is not us. That just ain't us. And that's okay. See, wow, people really hate this.
I don't know if Caleb, I don't know if they also realize that we are very go people.
Yeah.
Like we're not boring people that just kind of lax around all day. Like our schedules are packed, and New York City is that lifestyle where if you have a packed schedule, that's kind of the life you're living. Like we're kind of in that grind mode right now, and New York City fits that lifestyle.
And I honestly think for the viewers, the show's going to be better. We're only going to get better guests. We're only going to be able to have higher selections of guests. Really should be good. I mean, I already explained the Chicago situation, but a couple people are saying Vegas. Yes, that's an easy city to get people in and out of. It is the literal one city in the United States that is the polar opposite of walkable, and I am hyper looking for walkable. Also, I'm hyper to looking away from getting away from Texas summers. I hate the summer here. In Vegas, sure, it's dry. It's a little different. So we have a couple people asking, okay, but why not California instead of New York? Okay, there's certain benefits there, but it's not walkable. And I'm not living in San Francisco, probably. So I don't know. Plus, LA specifically has a lot of major issues that they are not solving that kind of terrify me. You think, yeah, New York has some homeless people. It's a different situation. It is a vehemently different situation. I think you'd like Orange County, sure, but that's not walkable, right? I'm sure we'd like the coast and hills, right? Nashville, I mean, that's just another Austin.
That's worse Austin.
Why am I going to Nashville but leaving Austin, right? I feel like there's so many cities you can move to, but it's like the same thing. Richmond, Virginia, but then we have the airport situation. Pittsburgh, airport situation. Because I know Pittsburgh is walkable. It also has that more Midwest winter that I'm not really looking for.
Caleb, how long have you been ready to get out of Austin?
I've been gearing to leave Austin for at least probably getting close to a year, but I haven't been so serious about it. So the way we're going to do it is we are going to be doing a small little trial group, which is exciting. So it's going to be Lindsay, Brandon, Mika, the head of financial audit, and some of the other video editors, and Christian for the memberships. We'll probably do a couple new hires there that are specific for in person. And then there's some, a couple other people we want to bring, but we're giving the option. Now, for what it's worth, there's the big conversation then. What about it's more expensive there? So we inflated everyone's wages to meet. So there's that part, because I know that's a conversation.
Let me guess. You're just using an investing app that doesn't invest in you. It is time to change that. Right now, Webull is offering up to a 3.5% match when you open an IRA with them. That is real money going into your retirement, not just points or coupons. And that's just the start. Deposit $100 and you get 30 days of Webull Premium. Anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 sitting around in your account, move it to Webull and get $200 in cash. And if you worked your way up to $5 million, that's $30,000 in your account just for moving it over. It is not just about the perks though. Webull provides the tools that serious investors want as well. TradingView integration, real-time data, zero commission trades. It actually works on all your devices. And now through September 30th, you can stack even more. Get a $100 cash bonus for a $2,000 deposit, plus a 2% cash back on all deposits, and a 30-day premium voucher, and a 4% APY booster on any uninvested cash. It doesn't get better than this, so stop overpaying for a platform that gives you nothing back and make the switch to Webull. Go to Webull.com/K/Caleb or hit the QR code or the link below. Let's get back to the show.
Brandon has the lowest base pay, but I'll let him speak on that. It's because he's all commission.
And
everyone else got a very generous raise.
Do I do well, Caleb?
You do better than anyone else.
Okay. So it doesn't matter. No.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to live there. I think you also mentioned that you... Okay. Can I just...
There's two cities I've wanted
I
to
will
live,
say,
San Diego
I do feel slightly responsible for a little bit of this opening the New York, the pot, per se, opening the tea kettle. I went to New York on our week off a couple weeks ago, and I came back and I told Caleb, man, if I was to really live anywhere else, like New York City is up there for me. And he goes, well, I've always wanted to live there also.
And my girlfriend too.
Yes. So we started just this kind of like,
no layoffs.
We started this like, man, I had a really great time out there. I've always wanted to live there. And Caleb said, well, let me just start doing some research. And then very quickly he came on board also. So I take minimal responsibility for uprooting a couple of us, but I think it's going to be a spot that's overall better for the business, better for the lifestyle, the things we like to do, the things that we want to do. I would say that all three of us are not like, I like to go out occasionally, but we're not go out people. But
not
you know what we all
partier.
love to do? Eat great food.
Yeah.
Go explore different things.
Parks,
we like the
whatnot,
museums.
yeah.
Like there's so many things that outside of the party lifestyle that New York offers. And I think that's what I'm most excited for.
And again, the show will be better for everyone. I'm breaking everyone's leases. We're paying a kind of a flat rate for moving expenses, the same rate we give to anyone who's moving to Austin. The vast majority of the business is staying in Austin. A lot of the video team will be remote, and then the entire business operation will be here in Austin as well. So yeah, it's exciting. So a few of us, we're likely going to move to New York in
Couple months?
soon.
Sooner than later?
But I wanted to bring up a Reddit post that's kind of interesting with this.
Spicy.
Reddit is so silly. So somehow Reddit will just be so angry and parasocial about everything. In fact, the guest that we filmed with today, Lindsay, was also one of the parasocial people on Reddit. And that was very, very interesting.
It was very interesting to see that IRL.
Yeah.
She knew everything about everybody.
Yeah.
Simply through Reddit.
It's very odd. But, so we'll share it. Let me make sure all is good on this here screen. I think so. Is there a studio already? That's what we're looking for. So what determines how long we get there is studio. Now, it's also like it's a trial period. Like if it sucks, you know, there's always options outside of that.
Yeah, I think you can always come back to your home if you really don't like it out there, but you can
Or go
never go
somewhere
experience it if you don't go take the leap.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options, guys. It's not, you know, a permanent thing, but I honestly think it'll make the content better. I really do. Brandon, are you excited to be a dad?
Chat, this is the grand reveal. I'm not having a kid.
He's having a baby. We're doing a gender reveal next week, you guys.
Okay. Yeah, Reddit is successful. Exactly. So this is what was so weird. When I even floated the idea of moving to New York, this is what we got. I'm slightly disappointed with the potential move to NYC.
Why do you guys comment and make posts like you're the ones that have to uproot your life?
Like the show's gonna stay the exact same. Like nothing's impacted on the audience side. I'm so confused. But okay. I was watching. Let me zoom in. I was watching Caleb's member-only live stream from today, and he mentioned that him and 75% of the team.
I think
don't know where he
mentioned
got
about
that.
15% of the team.
Yeah, and it's not even fit. It's probably closer to like 5 to 10% of the team at this point. 10% are wanting to move to NYC. Now, for what it's worth, a lot more people want to move to New York than we're willing to do in the test period, but we might bring more people over once like the lease is done and stuff like that. Why do you even talk about the subreddit if you don't want us to talk about it? It's because this is hilarious. This is such a funny post to the idea of us talking about moving to New York. So you put out so much content, strangers probably feel like they're the best friend. It has to be weird. Honestly, it's not that bad, but when they're so invested in something like this, it's kind of funny, you know? I just don't understand why they would invest so much into their studio in Austin just to pack it up and leave for NYC. Well, the business is still going to be here. The vast majority of people are going to be here, and we're filling out the entire space. The business team is growing quickly. And what we've invested in the studio here is mostly just rent. We haven't done too much. We've just built Financial Audit, Fat and Fatter, right?
Yeah.
So that's not a big concern. Also, it's not your wallet, but I appreciate it.
Pocket watching?
Yeah, but we haven't invested that much other than just rent in general. NYC is so dirty, it might boost your immune system in the long run. That's true. It'll help us in the next pandemic. That is true. That's fair enough. Never seen chat moving this fast. I know people hate the idea of New York. It's funny. But it is whatever. Spend 6 months and a day in Austin for tax purposes. Now, that's something I've actively considered. However, how the fuck would I do that with the team? Let's pretend we do the entire team. Make 50 people spend 6 months somewhere and 50 people spend 6 months somewhere else. Like that wouldn't make sense.
We're hearing double rent. Yeah. That's all we're hearing is double rent.
So this is a pop-up office for at least a year. And if it goes really successfully, maybe we'll move everyone over. And I know the tax situation is pretty brutal, but again, there are many incentives set up for businesses and business owners because they want me to employ people that live in New York City. And I will. And then we'll all pay taxes. So it's good. He has mentioned that it would be good for the business to potentially get better people for the audits. That is correct. He also said in 2 years, if it happens, the rest of the business would be in New York. Well, not would be. That's not 100% true, but it opens the door. Again, what's really interesting is a lot of people will hear something and then somehow they'll make a biblical truth about it. Yuck, Boston's almost worst. Never been. Would be excited.
It's like, if you're going to live in the Northeast, why go anywhere besides the most poppin' place up there?
Yeah. Miami. Yeah, but honestly, I think I'm just over the heat, man. I really am. But Miami's not a bad option. Okay. So no, the rest wouldn't be. If I say something, I don't know. I will say oh, my lips are a little chapped today. Someone will post on Reddit, Caleb's lips are chapped from doing drugs, and this is 100% the truth. It's I don't know where they get things from. And then they post biblical truths. But the annoying thing is people will read this and they will take it as the truth, even though I never said anything. The internet is so fucking weird.
It's kind of incredible now that, and I'm sure maybe Lindsay sees it also, but like you'll see like a comment, like a YouTube video, and then you're like, I learned something new about myself today. Like I learned something new about myself every single day.
NYC summers are no joke either. Buddy, I've been looking the past month at what the weekly weather's been in New York. It's at minimum 20 degrees colder every day.
Yeah, compared to Austin, it's not even in the same ballpark. And the nights are still getting in the 70s, the 80s.
Yeah.
We don't get that in Austin.
No, we get 90s in the night.
High 80s and 90s in the night.
It's horrible. Can we get a poll on stream? Yeah, let's do a poll. I know what everyone's going to say.
And just for the record, we've had a very mild summer this summer. So the fact that you
Yes.
are throwing in the towel under, at least for me in the time that I've lived in Texas, I feel like this is the mildest summer we've had.
It really is.
So I think
it's the best summer I've had in my 8 years.
Right.
Just about.
I mean, it's been very mild. So, but when he's done, folks. Sorry.
I know, it's the best keyboard ever. I bought one for my house.
Oh, it's a nice
It's
keyboard.
the best
isn't it?
keyboard.
NYC humidity. Is Austin not... compared to where I'm from, Austin's disgustingly humid.
Austin's like 100% humidity.
And New York City has 4 days less, 4 less sunny days than Austin a year. Now, if there's clouds in the sky, they still consider it sunny. It has to be a full overcast for it not to be considered sunny. So you do get more clouds, but it has 4 less sunny days a year in Austin.
But dollar slice pizza helps kind of counteract those gloomy days.
And all the fake tits you get to see. Brandon likes fake tits. So New York instead of Vegas, yeah, you can't really walk anywhere in Vegas, and also it doesn't get rid of the heat. Okay, he keeps saying he wants a more walkability and more opportunities. Yes, that is true. I don't know. It just seems like the brand is heavily presented in Austin, and it makes it more affordable to get people to Austin instead of New York. No, it'll be higher hotels in New York, but it'll be much cheaper flights.
Well,
so it'll be the
Caleb,
same.
Again, there are so many guests that we have that because of family commitments, work commitments, they genuinely want to fly in and fly out on the same day. Doing this show in Austin, the flights are very limited. And there's so many times that people, again, do not book to be on the show because they cannot travel here. So with what the flight system is. And yeah, there are so many people that say, oh, if you guys could film on a Saturday or a Sunday. And it's like, that's not how our filming schedule is. So unfortunately we can't accommodate that at this time. So yeah, that seems like, again, someone projecting a feeling as an absolute truth.
Yeah. It really does.
So
But that is the definition of Reddit. Projecting a feeling is absolute truth. No state income tax in Vegas, so financial. Yeah, it's not a perfect financial decision. Now, I honestly think there is a chance. I think we'll still break even with taxes because I think our show will do better. And there's a new show we're talking about starting.
maybe.
That I think will be very,
something.
very good. But more than that, there's actually a chance we might make more money just because the guests will be we will have more options for guests. My only concern is guests taking it as a sudden opportunity to spending spree in New York City. What do you think they do in Austin, though? I mean, I'm sorry. But if they're here for more than a day, we had the guy we uploaded last week. Was it last week? Last week, who came to Austin day before, gambled everything.
No, it comes out
Oh,
tomorrow.
it's coming out tomorrow. Okay, that'll be fun.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, why does anyone care has won on Twitch? No has slightly won, but it's almost split between the 3 on YouTube. So I think Stack, why would anyone care? And Yes together? Yeah, I don't know why people care. So I still think it's better for the business and it's better for you guys as viewers. Okay, let's keep going. I know I shouldn't be complaining about this. Also the definition of Reddit, but then they still post because I have no part in the business. What? Why? That's crazy.
Wait, our CEO didn't post this?
I haven't hired you. And I'm just an audience member. I just think Austin is a better place financially than New York City. But business opportunity. Brandon getting brand deals, dude, he can have so many in-person meetings
I
with
can
brands.
go in person and it opens up opportunities that we wouldn't have had otherwise. I would love to be more involved with the brands and the sponsors and the partnerships. A lot of them are based out of New York. I don't get the chance to do that. And we don't do the travel to go to New York. Being stationed there just gives me more opportunity to land better sponsors for the audience, for the business, and just be able to nurture those relationships in person. I think that's a massive part of sales. If you have any sales background, nurturing in person is huge.
Someone says we're allowed to have a discussion on Reddit. Yeah, and again, this isn't we're not for what it's worth, playing it up a little for the sake of the stream. It's fun. The thing that's fun about this is they're acting like they're directly impacted as an employee. It's not that they're not having a conversation. It's the extent and energy that they're bringing to it that's very funny. So it's not that, go have a conversation about anything. It's just, but if it's a little funny, we're going to talk about it, right? It's like, that's kind of what you get when you post online. Let's see. I was looking at an open role at Hammer Media 2 weeks ago, and the starting salary for an associate role was $40,000 to $50,000. That's more doable in Austin, but not in New York. Well, people are being paid in New York. We're making an adjustment.
Again, I feel like the amount of assumption that there wouldn't that nothing is going to change, and we're literally just going to pick everything up and take it to New York, and everything is the same is pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, what I think in any business, if you were to move from somewhere like Austin to somewhere like New York, there would be something to compensate for that absolute. I mean, yes, we're in no world are we saying that Austin and New York City have the same cost of living.
Yeah.
So of course we're going to be compensated for it. I'm still baffled by the point of view of this post.
It's funny,
to be honest.
So we have a comment. I hope he's done the numbers to make sure it would work for him and his people. Prices are going to shoot up. Nope. Actually, the finance YouTube channel actually avoided looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
We made sure not to look at any data.
That's not what Caleb's been hyper fixated on for the past, 3 weeks.
Everyone needs a 33% pay bump for this to be fair to existing staff. I will admit, that's what I advocated for, but everyone got more than that because everyone wanted a lot more. But it's fair, and I'm going for it. But that is the Federal Reserve data. No way in hell Caleb is doing that. I did.
I think
yes,
I think Caleb, chat. I think that
It's almost like they don't know me.
I think that you guys are going to be mind blown at how sooner than later this is.
And at how much you don't actually know every thought in my head.
That too.
When am I going on Kill Tony? I don't think that I'm not a comedian. Plus, Tony thinks I'm heavily autistic. So, but I am taking my parents to a Kill Tony next month, which would be fun. Is it annoying to take your dogs out in New York City? That is fair. The place I'm looking at is on one of the parks. I won't say which park. It's a large one in the middle.
End up like the United CEO.
Stop doxing yourself.
I mean, I already have someone that helps take care of the dogs here in Austin because, working for you guys. We're going to put out content. I'll do the same. And do y'all pay for the plane tickets? For Financial Audit, we do a flat reimbursement. So it basically covers everything. There's significantly more people in the NYC area, and it's a pretty transient area. Both of these would provide them with more people on Financial Audit. Oh, actually a sane comment. That's wild. There's no shortage of people I'll have on the show, growing fan base. Yeah, it's less about, we get a shit ton of applicants. It's less about that. It's more coordinating schedules in people's lives. And this gives us more flexibility. There was a guy that tried to do financial audits in New York City about a year ago. He did 2 audits, were insane. First was a gambling addict, spending all his money. Yeah, see, look at the things you get to pick from soon, Lindsay. It's exciting.
Think of how many guests that we'll be able to get that will be able to hop on a train and be there. We have the local Austin people that can make it here relatively easily.
Yeah.
But the millions of people spread out between New York, New Jersey, that whole area where you can take an hour train ride in. What's the downside?
Do they call it the tri-state? That's what it's called, right?
Tri-state area,
yeah. If we're getting for the quick application, the Texas Triangle, where we're located, that includes San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, Austin. That population has about 22.55 million. The tri-state area, 22.32 million. So again, for that instant connection, it's basically the same. So we're not losing anything there. But again, easier to fly people in. So it's also, I would be, even though it's okay, maybe I don't agree with everything in New York City. A part of the finance nerd in me is excited to live in a city where literally the city alone, the metro area alone, constitutes for almost 10% of the entire country's GDP. That's crazy. In one area, that's kind of crazy.
I just want to see Caleb ring the bell. I want to see Caleb ring the bell.
I want to be there.
Yeah. Someone critiqued the more affordable than Austin. He reimburses people, doesn't he? Yeah. So if it did go up, let's just pretend it doubled in cost, which it won't for the guests. Yeah, we would do that. So it's, again, I don't know why that's a concern either. Now, this one is fair. This is a fair thing. I feel like they say they want to move every couple of weeks. For NYC, Las Vegas, a couple places in California, may have been some others. Seems more like daydreaming than actually being serious. Well, we're kind of serious.
This is the most serious that this is the furthest that any discussions have gotten in a new place in terms of actually working out the logistics.
Yeah.
Actually like the research is going into this. The team is heavily looking into it.
Yeah. The workers own the means. You got to move to New York City when the Oakers went to, I don't know. But yeah, we considered San Diego, we considered Vegas, but all that was once the lease of this ends. So we're doing an interesting little content arm is being set up in New York. So that's why it's a little different, right? All influencers want to be in NYC or LA once they start making money. Honestly, it has nothing to do with that. It's all just about been walkable community for me. It's never been like a ego thing. I don't care about that. If it was about anything other than walkability, I would just save money on taxes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why. I don't know. But again, this is I feel like this is a little projection to a certain extent. I agree with you about Austin. If anything, I think you'd want to relocate back to Michigan.
Sorry. No offense to the state of Michigan, but
What? Oh, they really think they know me. Okay. No, Michigan is never considered an option. Yes, I love my family. My family can come visit and I can visit them. But Michigan, no.
Your family would probably love visiting New York too.
You know, we're talking about sunny days versus overcast days. Michigan's 50-50.
Ooh,
That's
that
West
sounds
Michigan, Kalamazoo. It's bad.
Awful, actually.
Yeah, it's the worst. We have a whole internal team that we just set up. It's super excited, but it's taken us a couple months to get them onboarded. Just want to move to NYC so you can kiss Papa Gut and do a podcast. It would be fun.
Wait, does Gut live in New York City?
Long Island?
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
Willing to travel to the studio. Oh, this is interesting. I'll say it has to be more difficult to get guests willing to travel to the studio being located in Austin. Oh, yeah. Very good. Remember, the Texas Triangle compared to the tri-state area is also, like, if we want someone from Dallas or Houston, it is a
That guy's name is
journey.
Yankee Blue. That's so biased.
Oh, that is
That's
biased.
so biased.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. This will be the last one. I'm sure some of the staff are stoked, and I've always thought the higher ups are more excited about the big cities and downtown offices than the entry and mid-level employees, for the simple reason they can afford housing without choosing between the shoebox and hour-long commute. Again, I'm not going to dox anyone's pay. I will say, just for the people moving though, the math is they make over they make at the top end of some people at the top end of what people 15 years experience in that position are in New York City. You know, I want to take care of my people, right? And there's hard negotiations going back and forth. And, you know, we don't take anything personally. It's all money, but everyone's going to do well. So that's not the case. Or even more often, really higher ups only visit a site, never go there. None of it's their problem. For what it's worth, we actually the business team's doing a big going out to conferences. There's lots of conferences in New York that are big business opportunities, and that's costing me I think $15,000 for hotel block and all this shit and flights just to get them to go to a conference. If we live in New York, they could go to conference every weekend and get those connections. But some people are also into cities for their reasons, probably more social. Yeah. Than me, who'd be a cabin in the woods. And that's what's fine. That's what I think a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of people are like, I hate New York, so what the fuck? It's like, I want walkable, you want suburb, you want cabin in the woods, you want farm. Everything is fine. Go to what you prefer. I don't prefer the higher taxes. I'm trying to rework my brain and view it as a fee to get the lifestyle I want. You know, there's no doubt many financial disasters will wait there to explore. True. But also warn him to get excessive advice from numerous New York regulations. Yeah, we got that. I got my tax people. I got my lawyers. The stories Louis Rossman, you know, I don't know about that. And others about random fines, tax bills, audits, liens, etc. are wild. So that's that. We'll be going, ladies and gentlemen, to New York City, right?
We're doing it.
We'll be moving.
We're doing it, and you're not stopping us.
That's the reality. And we'll be back in a year if it sucks. Hey, Caleb Hammer stream fans, make sure you get your financial score for free. Take the assessment at calebhammer.com or dollarwise.com. It's free. See where you stand in the world of finances.